You're watching Let's Chat.
We are glad to have you back here with us as we continue. It's Let's Chat, Thursday, the 28th of January. Our attorney friend, Gary Massey from Massey and Associates, is here riding shotgun this morning. Gary, good to see you.
Good to see you, Chip.
In the news recently, something I heard, and I facepalmed myself and went, are you kidding me? An attorney in Nashville giving advice on how to commit murder and getting away with it.
How to get away with murder.
Yeah, exactly.
The attorney didn't get away with it, is my understanding. He was actually suspended for 5 years. The original advice was for him to be suspended for only 60 days. And when it went in front of the court said, no, that's not nearly bad enough because this is such a stain on the reputation of people who practice law that they would engage in this kind of behavior, that they really ratcheted up. But that was an egregious mistake and a violation of ethical rules that govern attorneys, and does threaten to besmirch, the trustworthiness of attorneys all over the state.
I'm familiar with that story, but you being in the business probably know a little bit more about it. What prompted him to do something so stupid, so asinine in the first place?
Well, it's hard to explain, Chip, because it's really childish and juvenile. What it seems like he did, because he has a friend on Facebook, and a lot of people have friends on Facebook that they've never actually met in person. Apparently that was the situation here, and this is a young woman who is posting about problems in a relationship and a breakup that's going on, and she asks if it's legal to carry a gun in her car without a license. And he says, no, you shouldn't carry a gun. You should start with tear gas and with something else. And then if you do get a gun, you should load it like this. And then he says, now if you really want to kill him, invite him over to your house and shoot him, and then claim that he broke in. He just offers that in Facebook comments, in public comments on her Facebook post, without her saying even, how do I stage a murder, make it look like self-defense. But he offered what looked like actual legal advice to that effect.
Would that have been just as, yes, it would have been just as stupid, just as asinine, but would it have been illegal if he had given her that same advice in person under a regular office visit?
Yes, it's absolutely illegal and unethical for an attorney to give a person advice on how to subvert the law, on how to do something that results in injustice before a court of law. And so telling somebody how to falsify testimony, how to falsify a self-defense case in defense of a murder charge is absolutely illegal and in violation of the code of ethics that govern attorneys. But the problem is it would be so much more difficult to prove if he didn't write it on public
for
forum.
The whole world to see. It seems like, and of course you've heard, especially over recent weeks and months, that nobody is above the law. It seems like in a lot of cases, attorneys are held to a higher standard than those of us not in the legal profession, maybe for just such a reason.
Well, attorneys are officers of the court, and so we're not, law enforcement officers. We're not, paid by the state, but we are sworn in with a duty to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the state, and to be the kind of people who support the resolution of justice, and not just people who try to, help people subvert the interest of justice.
Only 20 seconds or so left. If you had to look into your imaginary crystal ball, what do you think is going to happen to the guy? You said he is going to be, his license is suspended for a period of
5 years. It's active suspension for 1 year and then probation for 5. But being out of practice for a year will be devastating to any attorney's business that I know.
It'll be hard to recover from
very,
that.
Very difficult.
Gary Massey, thank you so much. Get in touch with Gary and the great team at Massey and Associates. You can find them out on Lee Highway. Beautiful building, 6400 block of Lee Highway. And again, that is Suite 101. You can call them, you can get them on the internet, Massey and Associates. MasseyAttorneys.com is the website, MasseyAttorneys.com. Gotta run. Hope you'll join us tomorrow morning at 10 as we get ready for the weekend right here. You join us tomorrow on Let's Chat.